Before Prince Harry and Meghan even got married, when they got engaged, people like Megyn Kelly showcased their jealousy. The jealousy at the fact that Meghan, a mixed race biracial black woman, and also a divorcee, fell in love with a white prince of the UK. And Prince Harry also loved her. People like Megyn Kelly showed that on live TV, their jealousy. And she was speaking to someone called Victoria Arbiter, the woman who gave an opinion about an interview that she had not even seen, meaning she lied about an interview that she had not even seen, just to gaslight and drum up hate against Harry and Meghan. Victoria Arbiter. My family, this is the interview that I want to share with you that happened a couple of years back that explains the jealousy that you see when Megyn Kelly goes on, her channel on YouTube to badmouth, insult Prince Harry and Meghan and go after Meghan, complaining that Meghan called Prince Harry, wait for it, a husband, when we all know that Prince Harry is married to Meghan and Meghan is married to Prince Harry, and they have two kids, Archie and Lilibet Diana. My family, listen to just the jealousy spewing from Megyn Kelly's mouth when she saw Prince Harry and Meghan were engaged, that Prince Harry and Meghan were indeed engaged. This is what she had to say. My family.
Let me start with you, Victoria, on your life. Welcome to you both. If only I had known that the royal family was into divorced Americans, I would have tried harder earlier in my career. Okay, let me start with you, Victoria, on your impression.
My family, let me repeat that once again for all of you to hear once again.
Improbable life. Welcome to you both. If only I had known that the royal family was into divorced Americans, I would have tried harder earlier in my career. Okay, let me start with you, Victoria, on your impressions of that joint interview.
Well, a couple of things really struck me. First of all was just the intimacy between the two. They were staring at each other like lovesick puppies, and that was just charming to see because I think Harry has really worn his heart on his sleeve. He's been so vocal this year about the grief he suffered following the loss of his mother. So to see him so madly in love is wonderful. But what really struck me about Meghan was her tremendous confidence. There were a couple of moments where she didn't...
Improbable life.
My family, that is a short clip that I wanted you to hear. Megyn Kelly speaking to Victoria Arbiter, the woman who blamed us, members of the squad, calling us all that we ruined her life. That's what she said. Victoria Arbiter said that Cruel Hawks and Sussex Squad ruined her life. This woman, commented on an interview that she had not even aired, gave her opinions full of so many lies about an interview that had not aired. And when she was exposed for who she actually is, a liar, she said that, her life was, ruined. Eyelashes fell off. She couldn't leave her house for months. That is what Victoria Arbiter said. Don't forget, this woman has been part of the smear campaign against Meghan, the woman that just saw speaking and commenting on the time whereby Prince Harry and Meghan engaged. And my family, it shows you jealousy. Jealousy that a biracial black woman and also a divorcee fell in love with a white prince and they got engaged to be married. And now they're married and they have two kids. And that tells you why it pisses Megyn Kelly off so much that Meghan calls Prince Harry husband. That a wife calls a husband husband. Imagine that. The only reason that I can ever think of that anyone would be pissed off at that is because in your marriage, you are deeply, deeply unhappy. You are deeply, deeply miserable. That's the only explanation that I can ever think of. Because here, this woman, Megyn Kelly, says this, that,
life. Welcome to you
this is
both.
what she said.
If only I had known that the royal family was into divorced Americans, I would have.
If only I had known the royal family was into divorced Americans. That explains the jealousy that she has towards, Meghan, that Megyn Kelly has towards Meghan. She is just another Karen, obsessed with the fact that, Prince Harry fell in love with a black woman and not the, white woman that they envisioned, members of the royal family are supposed to marry, and women who are not divorced. And they're so bitter about it. They can't stand it. I remember what Piers Morgan wrote in his article, that Prince Harry should escape his work hell, come back to the UK, marry a dim, white, conservative blonde, chosen for him by his brother, William. And I say this, and I've been saying this before, that some Karens believe that would indeed happen. And you know what? Prince Harry may have left, but he'll come back. He'll get tired of that life. He'll come back to the UK, and as Piers Morgan said, to marry a dim, white, conservative blonde chosen for him by his brother, as Piers Morgan wrote in his article. Dan Wootton said that members of the royal family, should be whiter than white. A clear dig towards Meghan. Dan Wootton being Megyn Kelly's friend. So my family, it tells you of the individuals that are after Meghan, that are pissed off. You have Piers Morgan going on TV to cry and lament, oh, Meghan's stealing our handsome prince. You'd honestly think that Piers Morgan wants a relationship with Prince Harry himself, with how he spoke. Crying on TV, oh, Meghan is stealing our handsome prince. He did that to rile up and piss off and get this, hate trolls to go after Meghan. These Karens to go after Meghan. Karens like Megyn Kelly, who thought, and even still think right now, that they have a chance with Prince Harry. Because that is what they think. That Prince Harry will somehow look at them. That is what they think. My family, I have this response for all of them. This is the perfect response for all of them. Hear this, my family.
And it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick.
I want you to hear that and hear that again and again and again and again. Because some Karens just can't accept it. They can't accept that Prince Harry would much rather be Meghan's husband than their prince, and it makes them sick. It makes Piers Morgan sick. No wonder he went on TV when he was working at GMB to cry, oh, Meghan's stealing our handsome prince, our handsome, handsome prince. No wonder these Karens, like Megyn Kelly, are so pissed off when Meghan calls Harry a husband. They can't stand it. It makes them so sick to hear it. My family, let me replay this again.
And it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick.
Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. It makes Dan Wootton sick. It makes Piers Morgan sick. It makes Megyn Kelly sick. It makes them so sick. And let them keep being pissed off. Let them keep being sick. Because Megyn Kelly, Prince Harry would never have looked at someone like you. Never. Never would he have looked at someone, a right-wing person like you, Megyn Kelly. And when I say that, I say it with all my emotions. Why? Because Megyn Kelly, you are not a good person. You do not have a good heart. And your history of making racist comments proves it. And even this comment that, oh, they are looking like, lovesick puppies. Prince Harry and Meghan love each other. And, even when they were in the UK, and even when they were in the UK during the Queen's funeral, after the Queen passed away, there was outrage from these very same Karens that Prince Harry, a husband, was holding his wife's hand. A wife was holding a husband's hand. Remember that? I remember that very, very well. They can't stand it. They can't stand this interracial marriage. They can't stand it. They can't control their hatred over the fact that Prince Harry is in love and he protects his black biracial wife, the mother of his 2 kids. Prince Harry would much rather be Meghan's husband than your prince, and it makes them sick. It makes Dan Brown sick. It makes Piers Morgan sick. It makes Megyn Kelly sicker. She can't stand it. No wonder she's saying that, if I knew that, members of the royal family were into divorcees, I would have tried. Prince Harry would never have looked at you, Megyn Kelly, and just you thinking about it is something that you need to snap out of it. Snap out of it right now. Snap out of it once and for all. Megyn Kelly is at the same bracket or as those carnival of so-called experts back in the UK. The Piers Morgans, the Dan Wootons, those who drum up hate against Meghan. And the likes of Megyn Kelly are people who Prince Harry himself has said he does not like them. He doesn't like them because these are the people that harassed his mother. These are the people that bullied his pregnant wife to the point that she wanted to take her own life while pregnant because their bullying got to her head, affected Meghan's mental health, both Harry and Meghan's mental health. So why would they think that Prince Harry would ever look at them? Prince Harry was looking for a good woman who shall be the mother of his children that he always envisioned having. He never envisioned having children with toxic individuals. That is not who Harry envisioned having children with. He envisioned having kids with a good woman. A good woman. Something that Megyn Kelly will never ever be. Something that Megyn Kelly will never ever be because she is not a good person. Her heart is so full of hate inside of her that you clearly know that she does not live a happy life. Clearly, she does not live a happy life. That's Megyn Kelly. And because she lives an unhappy life, she believes that, others should be miserable like she is. No wonder she's spreading hate against Meghan. No wonder she's angry that Meghan calls Harry a husband. Imagine being angry at that. Imagine being angry about that. Even on this, Megyn Kelly is a divorcee. She has been divorced. And they divorced amicably. Someone called, Kendall in 2006. And it tells you just, how pissed off someone like that is. How she's never been happy in her life. She just can't stand seeing other people happy. She just can't stand seeing other people happy. My family, even Megyn Kelly said this, in a comment once upon a time, based on my research. Megyn Kelly said that she would rather her husband cheat on her with another woman than form an emotional connection with her. That is what Megyn Kelly said in the past. Actually, just this year, that is what she said this year on 6th October 2022. That is what Megyn Kelly said, 6th October 2022. And that gives you a pretty rough idea of what her marriage is like. That gives you a rough idea of what her marriage is like. She lives an unhappy life, and she believes that others should be unhappy as she is. My family, in this life, Prince Harry and Meghan are doing the right thing. They chose love, something that Megyn Kelly clearly will never know. I mean, if you are making a comment like this, that you would rather your husband cheat on you with another woman than form an emotional connection with her, the woman that he cheats with, then that tells you, that gives you a rough idea of what her life is like. If she makes these kinds of comments about being cheated on, it tells you what her life is like back home. And my family, they are so bitter and upset because Prince Harry protects Meghan. Prince Harry has never cheated on Meghan and never will. Time and time again, he reinforces just how much he loves his wife. My wife, he says, Harry. Time and time again. He always says it. He always tells the entire world just how much he loves his dearly beloved wife, Meghan. And it's clear some individuals like Megyn Kelly just can't stand it. They can't stand it. And my family, no wonder she's so jealous of Meghan. No wonder. Meghan has a person who loves and protects her, who left the institution of the monarchy, a life of privilege, to protect his wife from abuse and racism. And Megyn Kelly, with a history of making racist comments, has been documented, it's clear why she has a problem with Meghan. But she can't stand that Meghan calls Harry a husband. Megyn Kelly, get over it. Prince Harry will never look at you. Prince Harry loves Meghan, and they have two beautiful kids, Archie and Lilibet Diana. Prince Harry left a life of privilege to protect his wife and kids from abuse and racism because he envisioned a better life for his wife and children, a life away from suffering, generational suffering, as Prince Harry said in The You Can't See. And because of the love that he has for his wife Meghan, Prince Harry said this beautiful, iconic, legendary words that I'll never ever forget in my entire life. Prince Harry's own words, Megyn Kelly, are this, and I quote Prince Harry himself. At the end of the day, I choose her, and she chooses me. And whatever we face, we shall face it together as a team. As a team. As a team. As a team. Megyn Kelly, Prince Harry would never look at someone with so much hate in their heart as you do. And even his memoir tells you that. The power of love, to heal grief, the grief that Harry has faced in his life, from the passing of his mom, who died in a tragic car accident after being chased by paparazzi and right-wingers who were so obsessed with her, because the UK press are mostly right-wing leaning. And they were the ones who paid those paparazzi to chase after Diana to get those pictures of Diana with Dodi fired at the back of a car. And they chased them to their death. So my family, Prince Harry did everything in his power to protect his wife and kids. Prince Harry did everything in his power to protect his wife and kids. And he'll continue doing that because he's a good man with a good heart. And good people never surround themselves with toxic individuals like Megyn Kelly. And my family, Megyn Kelly should come to terms with the fact that Prince Harry would never look at someone like her. So she should snap out of it once and for all. And I end this podcast with these beautiful words. My family,
this prince and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince and it makes you sick. Harry would rather be her husband than your prince.
Harry would much rather be her husband and than your prince, and it makes you sick. My family, all these currents are out, for Megyn. All the while, Megyn continues to thrive, not survive, and be happy with a husband that she has 2 beautiful kids with, Archie and Libidana. A husband who lived a life of privilege for the sake of protecting someone he loves. No one will ever do that for you, Megyn Kelly. No one. My family, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. And stay tuned to our next video. These Karens should know their place. Should know their place. Prince Harry is married to Megyn. Megyn is Prince Harry's wife. Prince Harry is Meghan's husband. They need to understand that and get it through their heads. My family, stay tuned to our next video. May God bless and protect Prince Harry, Megyn, Archie, and Libidana and Doria Ragland. Stay tuned to our next video. What do you think about Megyn Kelly's comment that she made when she found out that a black woman and a divorcee, Megyn, was marrying a prince? Even in her comments, you can see just how jealous she is that Megyn calls Harry her husband. She can't stand it. She can't stand it. No one will ever leave anything for you, Megyn. You're not a good person. And it's clear you have a miserable marriage if you're making comments like, that you much rather your husband cheat on her, Megyn Kelly, with another woman than form an emotional connection with that woman. It tells you what life is like in her marriage. That tells you. No wonder she's so jealous about Megyn. When she hears how Prince Harry helps Megyn with the kids, it tells you, Megyn Kelly clearly doesn't have that in her life. And no wonder she's so bitter and jealous. My family, stay tuned to our next video. Megyn continues to thrive, not survive. And may God keep blessing her. And may she always continue being happy. Because her happiness clearly pisses off the haters. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Megyn, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.